the Ray W. Herrick Laboratories for Refrigeration and Climate Control, a facility for agricultural and engineering researchers, were dedicated this year.
The reason it's the Herrick Lab there instead of still an old barn is that Bill Fontaine, who was teaching thermodynamics at the time, he met Ray Herrick, who was at that time the president of the Tecumseh Products Company. And at that time, Tecumseh Products Company made over half of the compressors in the world for refrigerators and window air conditioners. He said, what I'd like to do is I'd like to start a research laboratory that would benefit this industry. And Ray Herrick said, I'm going to give you $300,000 to get started. That's how the Herrick Lab started. The building originally was built as a horse barn. The animal scientists had that building. The guy who was head of poultry, he didn't want to see that building go. So he moved a bunch of chickens into the place there, and he was studying egg production. And Bill Fontaine knew that if that continued, he wasn't going to get the building. So Bill and the rest of the guys working at the lab started to steal the eggs. Ruined all the statistics. And that started us on our way. I was the second professor that he hired. And we had some successes. We would sell what the graduate students were doing to industry. And the companies would sponsor their work. That's how we financed research. And so we had a big expansion during that period of time. One of the important things that we started was a combined compressor and air conditioning and refrigeration conference. It's been going close to 40 years, and I think we have close to 500 people here from more than 30 countries.
40% of all energy in the US is used in buildings. Typically for air conditioning in the summer, for heating in the winter. It's a large energy consumer. If we can reduce this energy, then we don't have to produce as much.
An $11 million expansion that will double the size of the Ray W. Herrick Laboratories. The new building will include the perception-based engineering lab that studies human perception of noise, touch, temperature, and air quality.
These buildings, not only are they green, but do people actually want to work in them? Do they want to live in them? We're going to design those so that we can test out different ways of heating and cooling, managing air quality and acoustics and so on.
Cummins has hired 1,000 engineers from Purdue. Many of them have come through Herrick Labs or been touched by it, where engineers from different disciplines could learn to work together and put together designs that you couldn't do in a single discipline. So we're very excited about continuing to work with Purdue broadly and with Herrick Labs in particular, and we're very happy that the Cummins Power Lab will be part of the new Herrick Laboratories.
At the heart of the lab's mission is the transfer of technology, and our relationships with industry have meant that our graduates have an appreciation of how to apply their research. They have seen how applications inspire fundamental explorations, and they have learned the importance of grounding themselves by comparing their analysis, their models and solutions to what is actually happening. That connection to reality is what makes our graduates valuable to industry, and our graduates create the technology of tomorrow.
This project is sponsored by NASA to generate a freezer for long-range spaceflight.
This might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me, and I basically can't wait to actually board the airplane and do that.
As an alumni of Purdue, I had an experience as an undergraduate of working in industry as a co-op student, and that's really where I kind of got, the light bulb went on that how neat it can be for somebody in an academic setting to be engaging with industry. And so that's really all of my research projects. This and others, all the others, involve some industry participation.
With Wabash, we're trying to develop a trailer that extracts energy from its environment to actually power itself. And we're doing this from different modalities, suspension system, aeroelastic vibrations of composite panels.
That trailer sitting in Herrick Labs right now, that's a game-changing event. Partnering with a school like Purdue allows these types of visionary actions to come to life. It's no place we'd rather be.
We're aiming to build extraterrestrial habitat to respond to the changes and the hazards and all of the things that could go wrong during a space mission. Ultimately, the goal is to serve humanity, right? The habitats are there to serve humans for exploration in the future and are probably going to have significant ramifications here on Earth.
This facility gives us an opportunity to move towards the next generation of homes, of residential buildings where they're modular. They're built from pieces in a factory, and then this modularity enables the integration of smart technology into them, and cost effectiveness. That means we can have more advanced technology at lower cost.
I was so blown away that like an institution like Purdue, which is so highly decorated and ranked within the US, would want somebody like me going there. I mean, I was just blown away. It is probably one of the most rewarding things I've ever done.
Anything that survives 50 years in a university setting must have something special about it, right? I think it's worthwhile to celebrate that specialness about the Herrick Labs.
Anywhere I go all over the world, people know about the Herrick Labs. There's no other group that does exactly the same thing. It's been a wonderful experience.